She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 17 Saturday game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the injury report. Now, the players that are questionable for this game are Joe Thuney, he has an ankle injury. L'Jarius Sneed, the cornerback, he's questionable with a hip injury. Mecole Hardman, he has a pelvis injury and is questionable. Kicker Harrison Butker has a back injury and is questionable for this game. While Sky Moore is out for this game due to a hand injury, while Clyde Edwards-Helaire remains on injury reserve. Tershawn Wharton also on injury reserve. And Justin Ross on injury reserve. Now, in my opinion, obviously, we all know Sky Moore is out for this game. But I think Harrison Butker is going to play. I think Mecole Hardman and Sneed will play. Joe Thuney, that's where I see a problem. I think that ankle injury is going to be bad enough that the Chiefs won't play Joe Thuney. And realistically, they can still go in this game and realistically just not play their starters and leave everyone who's injured out of this game. Mostly because they've already clinched the playoffs. I know they still haven't clinched the number 1 seed, but still, save your player rather than saving your possible number 1 seed because you're already in the playoffs. Now, moving on to the Las Vegas Raiders, as they do have only one player who is questionable, and that is running back Josh Jacobs with a hip, oblique, and personal. That's really the reason why he's on the questionable list. I do, in fact, believe, even though the Raiders have no chance of making the playoffs, maybe Josh Jacobs will play. At least if he doesn't re-sign with Las Vegas, he'll want to put himself out there for another team. But then you get Darian Butler, who's out with a concussion, and then you get the injury reserve, which consists of cornerback Rock Yan-Sin, Denzel Perriman, Chandler Jones, Jaylen Brown, Anthony Everett, Divine Diablo, Justin Herron, Brandon Parker, Jordan Jenkins, Micah Kaiser, and Sincere McCormick. Now, as I stated, there is a possibility that Josh Jacobs plays in this game, but that's only a possibility to put himself to go to another team, as I stated before. Because I believe they did not pick up his 5th-year option, which was kind of a mistake. I do believe that a player of Jacobs' caliber should actually be given more chances. And at the least, if you can keep him for one more year, that should have been what the Las Vegas Raiders did. They did not, and well, they're going to have to just re-sign him if they want to keep him. Now, starting offense of the Kansas City Chiefs will consist of quarterback Patrick Mahomes, running back Isaiah Pacheco, and Jerick McKinnon. Juju Smith-Schuster, Marcus Valdes-Scantling, and Mecole Hardman will be the starting receivers. But if Mecole Hardman cannot go, you got Justin Watson and Kadarius Toney right there prepared. Even Emir Smith-Marset is also a receiver they could use instead of Mecole if he cannot go. Then you get tight end Travis Kelce, fullback Michael Burton, tackles Andrew Willie and Orlando Brown Jr. Joe Thuney, if he cannot go, Nick Allegretti will take the start. But then you get also Trey Smith on the other side as guard and center Creed Humphreys. I believe that this is going to be a very good game for the Kansas City offense. They should take down the Raiders, no problem. There's honestly nothing telling me that the Chiefs are going to have a problem with the Raiders. But it all depends on what the Raiders offense does against the Kansas City defense. That is how the Raiders will win. But for the offense of the Chiefs, I have no doubt that the defense of the Raiders will fail very, very badly against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, moving on to the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs. With a base 4-3 defense, they will start defensive ends George Karlaftis and Frank Clark, while Kalen Saunders and Chris Jones will be the defensive tackles. Weak side linebacker will be Willie Gay. Carlos Dunlap will be the strong side linebacker. Nick Bolton will be the starting middle linebacker with Darius Harris just in the loop. Maybe he'll get a few plays. Then you get cornerbacks Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed. But if Sneed can't go, you got Jalen Watson and Joshua Williams just in case. While at free safety, you got Juan Thornhill, and strong safety, you got Justin Reed. Now, as I stated, this defense is troubling for me. Especially I'm going to say the linebacking core and kind of the secondary. Like, first of all, if you can't stop Josh Jacobs, that's going to be a problem. And second of all, if you can't stop Devontae Adams, that's going to be another problem. And honestly, I know that they're not starting Derek Carr anymore, but even without Derek Carr, I think Jarrett Stidham would be good enough to at least give the Raiders an opportunity on offense. But there is always those kinds of opportunities that the Chiefs can take against Jarrett Stidham. But right now, it's 50-50 on who wins the defensive battle, whether it be obviously the Raiders on offense against the Kansas City defense. That's 50-50. Unlike the Chiefs and Raiders defense, the Chiefs have a better offense than the Raiders defense, and I think that that's going to be fine for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, moving on to the Las Vegas Raiders offense, and it'll consist of Jarrett Stidham at quarterback and Chase Gabbers as his backup quarterback. As we all know, Derek Carr has left the team. He's been benched. He won't be playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. But then you get running back Josh Jacobs, but Brandon Bolden and Amir Abdullah. Also, you got Zamir White, just in case. All those three are there in case of Josh Jacobs missing this game. While Devontae Adams, Mac Hollins, and Hunter Renfrow will be going for them at wide receiver, while Darren Waller will be the tight end, and Jacob Johnson, the fullback. While the tackles being Colton Miller and Jermaine Elumonor. I think I said that wrong. And you got the guards, Dylan Parham and Alex Bard. And then you get Andre James as the center. Now, I'm kind of troubled with the pass rush of the Kansas City Chiefs, especially against that offensive line. But honestly, I'm going to say this. The Las Vegas Raiders have just not been doing great this season. Like, obviously, they've not done as bad as the Broncos or anything like that. But still, regardless, I think that the Raiders are one of the teams that next year should be better. This year, it's more of a, we got a first-year head coach, so let's get this rolling in year 2. Let's get everyone accustomed to the playbook and in year 1, and then year 2, let's explode. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a tough game for the Raider offense, but it isn't impossible for you to see a win on the Raiders offensive side. Now, with the Raiders defense, they're going to be using a 4-3 base defense. Max Crosby and Cleveland Farrell will be the starting defensive ends. Andrew Billings and Bial Nichols will be the starting defensive tackles. Weak side linebacker will be Luke Masterson, and outside linebacker on the strong side will be Austin Carlito because Darian Butler is out for this game. While you see middle linebacker being Curtis Bolton, and they've heavily had injuries on the middle linebacker position, so you're not going to be seeing that many linebackers in the middle linebacker position. Maybe they'll just put an outside linebacker there in just in case. But regardless, you got Sam Webb at corner and Nate Hobbs alongside him. Then you got safety Trevor Morig and strong safety Roderick Teamer. Now, this is going to be a tough game for this Raiders defense. I think there's absolutely no opportunity for them to be successful against the Kansas City passing offense, and even Isaiah Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon's run game, because honestly these guys are they're just insanely good. The Kansas City Chiefs on offense. So the Raiders want to win this, they got to win this on offense. Now, who do I have winning this game? Well, that's going to have to be the one, the only, the Kansas City Chiefs, as I believe the Chiefs will win it 24-17. And honestly, I'm thinking that the Raiders should do better on offense than themselves on defense. That's why I'm giving the win to the Chiefs. The Raiders defense will just not be good enough. Although the Raiders offense will keep them in the game, just like they did against San Francisco last week. It's going to happen again. But in the end, we're going to be seeing a Kansas City victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think will win and who do you think will lose? Who do you think will have the better offense and who will have the better defense? Tell me all down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.